Welcome to Movies Philosophy Channel. In this episode, we explore Chariots of Fire, 1981, directed by Hugh Hudson and based on the true story of two British athletes, Liddell and Harold Abrahams, competing in the 1924 Olympics. The film explores themes of dedication, faith, and the pursuit of greatness, focusing on how two men with vastly different motivations push themselves to achieve excellence in the face of personal and societal challenges. With its iconic soundtrack by Vangelis, Chariots of Fire is both a celebration of human endurance and a meditation on the deeper reasons for running the race. Let's break down the key moments, emotional depth, and philosophical themes of this inspiring film. Chariots of Fire opens in 1978 at a memorial service for Harold Abrahams, one of Britain's greatest Olympic runners. The film then shifts to flashbacks, taking us back to 1924, when Harold Abrahams, played by Ben Cross, and Liddell, played by Ian Charleson, were preparing to compete in the Paris Olympics. From the start, the film establishes the contrasting motivations of its two central characters. Harold Abrahams, a Jewish man, sees running as a way to overcome prejudice and prove himself in an upper-class British society that often looks down on him because of his heritage. For Abrahams, running is about winning, validation, and breaking through barriers. On the other hand, Liddell, a devout Christian and son of Scottish missionaries, runs for the glory of God. For Liddell, running is an expression of his faith, and he believes that his speed is a gift from God. Liddell faces his own internal struggles, balancing his athletic career with his religious beliefs, particularly his commitment to observing the Sabbath. The drive to win. As the film progresses, we see Harold Abrahams attending Cambridge University, where he quickly establishes himself as a talented and driven runner. However, Abrahams is acutely aware of the anti-Semitism he faces from certain segments of British society, and this drives him to push himself even harder. He hires a professional coach, Sam Musabini, played by Ian Holm, to help him refine his technique and improve his chances of winning. This decision is controversial, as many in the British sports establishment see it as unsporting for an amateur athlete to have a professional coach. Abrahams is determined to win, not just for personal glory, but to prove that he is equal to, or better than, those who look down on him because of his Jewish identity. His fierce competitiveness, however, sometimes isolates him from others, and he struggles to balance his relationships with his ambition. Running for God's glory. In contrast, Liddell's story is one of faith and sacrifice. Liddell is a deeply religious man who views his athletic talent as a way to honor God. His devoutness is evident in his family's background as missionaries in China, and Liddell himself plans to return to China after his running career to continue the family's missionary work. Liddell's love for running is tempered by his belief that his ultimate purpose is to serve God. This creates tension between his athletic aspirations and his religious convictions, particularly when the schedule for his Olympic race falls on a Sunday. Liddell refuses to run on the Sabbath, a decision that puts his Olympic chances at risk, but reflects his deep commitment to his faith. Despite pressure from the British Olympic Committee, Liddell stands firm in his belief, even if it means forfeiting his chance to win gold. The 1924 Olympics. Personal and public battles. As the 1924 Paris Olympics approach, both Abrahams and Liddell are under immense pressure. Abrahams is consumed by the desire to win and prove his worth to the world. His relationship with his girlfriend Sybil Gordon, played by Alice Krige, becomes strained as he becomes increasingly single-minded in his pursuit of victory. Abraham's inner conflict is heightened by his sense of being an outsider in British society, and his success on the track becomes a means of overcoming the prejudice he has experienced throughout his life. Liddell, on the other hand, faces a different kind of challenge. His refusal to run on Sunday, the day of the 100-meter race, creates a public controversy. Liddell's decision is not just a personal sacrifice, but a public testament to his faith. The British Olympic Committee, including the Prince of Wales, tries to convince Liddell to reconsider, but he remains resolute in his beliefs. In a show of solidarity, Liddell's teammate offers to switch events with him, allowing Liddell to compete in the 400-meter race, which is scheduled on a different day. The Olympic races, victory and redemption. In the climactic scenes of the film, both Abrahams and Liddell compete in their respective events. Abrahams, who has been laser-focused on winning the 100-meter race, faces intense competition but ultimately triumphs, winning the gold medal. His victory is both a personal and symbolic triumph, as he overcomes not just his competitors, but the societal barriers that have held him back. Abraham's coach, Musabini, who has supported him throughout his journey, is overwhelmed with pride as Abrahams crosses the finish line. Meanwhile, Liddell's 400-meter race is equally dramatic. Although Liddell is not favored to win, he runs with a sense of purpose that goes beyond mere athletic achievement. Before the race, Liddell receives a note from an American coach that reads, "He who honors me, I will honor," referencing a Bible verse. Liddell's faith carries him through the race, and against the odds, he wins the gold medal, proving that his devotion to both his faith and his sport can coexist. His victory is a testament to his belief that running is a way to glorify God. After the Olympics, reflections on legacy and faith. After the Olympics, the film shifts back to the present, reflecting on the legacies of Abrahams and Liddell. Abrahams, having achieved his goal, reflects on the cost of his victory and the toll his relentless drive took on his personal relationships. Liddell, true to his faith, returns to China to continue his missionary work, where he would eventually die during the Japanese occupation of China in 1945. Chariots of Fire ends with a sense of both triumph and introspection, as it celebrates the achievements of these two athletes while acknowledging the personal sacrifices they made in the pursuit of their goals. The film's iconic final scene, set to Vangelis' famous score, shows the athletes running along the beach, a powerful metaphor for the human spirit's capacity to endure, strive, and overcome. Themes: faith, dedication, and the pursuit of excellence. Chariots of Fire explores the themes of faith, dedication, and the pursuit of excellence. Abrahams and Liddell represent two different but equally powerful motivations for running. For Abrahams, running is a way to overcome prejudice and prove himself in a society that views him as an outsider. His journey is one of self-validation and breaking barriers. Liddell, on the other hand, runs for a higher purpose, using his athletic ability as a way to honor God. His story is one of faith and sacrifice, as he chooses to put his beliefs before his personal ambitions. The film also explores the tension between personal desire and public expectation. Both athletes face immense pressure from society, whether it's Abraham's need to overcome anti-Semitism or Liddell's struggle to balance his religious convictions with the expectations of the Olympic Committee. Ultimately, both men achieve greatness, not just through their athletic prowess, but through their unwavering dedication to their respective causes. Closing thought: Chariots of Fire, 1981, is an inspiring and timeless film that tells the true story of two athletes driven by vastly different motivations, but united by their pursuit of excellence. With its iconic music and stunning cinematography, the film captures the emotional highs and lows of competition, while also exploring deeper questions of faith, identity, and the human spirit. Chariots of Fire is not just a sports film, it's a meditation on what drives us to push beyond our limits and achieve greatness, both on and off the field.